Good morning. Here in Frankfurt, Germany, it's before 7 a.m. Class here starts at 7, so I'm getting ready to teach and had a little extra time. I had a lot of questions coming up about Shakti, which I've already done one video on, but apparently I'm going to have to do some more because people don't necessarily understand um, the connotations of it in Western terminology, and I don't think they have to understand it in Western terms. I think you have to equate. If you're going to be involved in yoga and tantra, you have to equate yourself with Sanskrit and with the terms that are used in India, and figure out what they mean to you. And yes, you need to figure out what they mean to you after learning that from a person who actually knows what they're talking about. So a guru of some kind, or a person who spent a lot of time in India. We don't need to take these Eastern, specifically Hindu and Indian ideas and turn them into Western ideals, because they don't often mean the same thing. Um, in Tantra, especially, they're used more for your personal development and your personal connection to the deity that you worship, and bringing that to full fruition within yourself. They are not about making yourself famous, although that can happen, because when you get enough Shakti within yourself, there is a lot of power that comes into you, and then that's when people start noticing you. When you're starting to do a yoga practice and you're starting to feel amazing and you start to have this glow coming out through your face, your eyes even look wider and brighter, people will ask you all the time what you're doing. So that means you have brought Shakti into your system. The idea of tantric teachings is to bring Shakti into your system. Shakti being power, but also Shakti being the Devi, the goddess that you're drawn to. You want to invite her in, and you want to eventually become her. Not saying you want to become a female, because gods and goddesses, that's just small human terms for the ultimate being. He and she don't exist fully in that world, although that's hard to understand because they're both always within you. Shakti and Shiva um, are a part of every living organism, and everything on the planet is alive in some form. It has a vibration, it has a frequency. I'm looking out the window and there's plants there. The plants have a major form of Shakti, especially trees that have been growing for decades and decades. But also they're in metal boxes on top of cut off wood. The wood still has a vibration, even though it was cut from the source that connects to the earth, that gives it life. It has some sort of a vibration. It's just lesser than it was when it was a tree. And the metal boxes, metal comes from inside the earth. We have learned how to tame it, I guess is the right way to say it, and mold it into a form that we can use it with. But metal actually has a high frequency. When I had become sick and was fully living that lifestyle, we wore karas. I wear them too, but I don't have them on now because I can't teach with them on, because I have hurt people with them on our wrist, and they're made of steel or they're made of brass. They're usually made of very solid metal. You can also get gold ones and silver ones, but Sikhs wear the stronger metals because they can be used also in battle then as a protective force. But you're bringing the energy of that metal into your frequency, into your vibration, into your aura, so that if you're wearing steel all the time, you eventually get this protective steel quality in your aura, so that people don't fuck with you as much. That's just kind of the easy way to say it. When people feel that Shakti coming from you, they're drawn to you, but they also feel like this pushback a little bit. They don't really want to mess with you so much. So that's why you can see some of these famous gurus over time who command such respect, because when they walk into a room, everyone can tell that they're in that room. I've been in presence of some of those people. It's very interesting, and it's kind of what made me believe in all this this deeper levels of thinking of this stuff until you feel it, until you actually have the experience of it. You don't necessarily believe it. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I don't have that problem because I have been in those situations and have felt it. And that's when it really, really resonated. I was like, oh, bam, okay, here I am. I was originally going to talk about Tantra in this video to begin my different discussions on Tantra, because there was a lot of questions on Tantra also. Tantra isn't one thing, though. It can be so many things. And even though I'm not saying the word Tantra so much, everything I talked about goes into Tantra, is in the technique, is in the practices. So maybe I'll do a separate video on that, and this little tiny one I'll put there for now as it is. And talk to you again soon. Okay, bye.